The lights out and we are green here. A couple of drivers with bad launches on the right-hand side of the grid, left-hand side of our screen. As drivers try to filter past, they certainly have it. Is side by side at the front, but De Jong gets the inside of Johansson. Hayden Ahmed got a really slow launch. He's down to 10th position off the start here, but this is the podium lot. These are the drivers that found so much speed over the rest of the field as they come through the opening part of the lap. Onto the grass was De Jong. Here comes Johansson to look up the inside. They're side by side for second place. Through goes Johansson. He moves into second and De Jong has to settle down for third place. Positions here. This could be an overtaking opportunity in towards turn number 1. Matt Neal at the inside of Jan Mild. There's contact. Mild slightly sideways, holds it, however, that was Ahmed onto the grass, that was Paver onto the grass, has to give up the position to Ahmed there, near 0.2 of a second behind right now, moves to the left-hand side. It is going to be the wider line on entrance, but it's going to be a huge amount of overlap, and Johansson backs out of that one, does not want to go side by side into the chicane. It is a deadly place to go side by side. You touch those tyre barriers and it is all going to go wrong for you. Off the circuit, Matt Neal. Neal made the overtake on Paisley Knight but couldn't keep it on track. Does defend from Pete Paver but moves down to 11th position. Let's get a quick replay of this move. Here goes Johansson to the inside through the final braking point on the lap. And a nice move done. De Jong is going to have to try and get back through in a moment's time. A back through and does, as that is Mild looking around the outside of Therios as that all happened. And it didn't quite turn into an overtake, but Mild taking full advantage of the issues around. Now to the outside here. Therios gets the inside. Mild going for the switchback. That's going to be on the grass though. That could potentially be a slowdown at that position. However, Mild continued to run fast, continuing to look to the inside of Therios down the hill. Can't get to the inside again. 6th place if they can. To the inside goes Hayden Ahmed. It's going to be a move. They are side by side, no contact, they keep it clean, but Ahmed remains up the inside of Mild. There is going to be contact on the exit. Mild slightly sideways, who's defensive all the way to the right hand side of the circuit. Ahmed moves to the left, will have to do this around the outside if he wants to make the move now. He keeps it in there, he's got a wheel in, he's got his whole body in, and now he is solidly alongside. He'll get the inside line. Therios tried to turn in, but there was a Hayden Ahmed right where he wanted to go. Hayden Ahmed moves back into 6th position right now. An excellent recovery from the start. It's side by side behind though, as Jan Mild finally goes for the move on Therios, but there's contact behind. Just avoiding Mild and Therios. They get out of the corner. Mild comes out ahead of Therios. Neal looks to the inside and there's just a bit contact as Paisley Knight moves to the right hand side and just squeezes Neal there towards the chicane, moves to the right hand side and will just plant the car up the inside. Malcolm's not going to be able to do much on that outside line, tries to hold it through the inside, but once again it will switch back in Titmer's favour before Titmer even gets to the turn. In the last few laps, however, Dan Mould is going to come across the line, lights flashing, to win the first race of the day and the first round of the season. A great job for Dan Mould there. 8 laps on the board. We are green. We are away here for race number 2 as we head towards turn number 1. Dan Mould once again leading the field. Johansson right on the rear this time, however, and will be looking to try and find a way through. In the early stages of this race, we knew that Johansson had some speed because he was pulling back the gap as the race continued on. But right now, Dan Mould just holds out the lead as the drivers behind try to get her through. This is Matt Neal. Matt Neal running side by side with Therios here, looking to the inside. Of Mild. That was up the inside of Mild. And will make that move past Matt Neal up to 6th position here. A great launch. Therios trying to get the inside of Jan Mild. They have a little bit of a lock-up A bit of an adventurous move. It wasn't going to play out. Titmer looking to get past. Ronald de Jong here, 4th, 3rd position, and through goes Paul Titmer. Titmer now on to the podium places. De Jong will be wanting that back. Scott Malcolm's just behind. Will want to get involved in this fight as well. Pass Gregory Speakman down in 10th position. Stuck on the outside though. And Speakman gets back through. They run side by side up towards turn number 1. Gregory Speakman's going to have to force Hayden Ahmed on the outside line. It's worked out for Ahmed before. It's going to work out again. Through goes Hayden Ahmed. Speakman's speed on the exit compromise. And here comes Pete Paver. If Paver can make it now to the inside, tries to do it. As Speakman on a slightly wider line touches the grass there, and through goes Pete Paver as de Jong, and the lead changes as well, as that's race 1 winner. Dan Mould off the circuit and out of the race. Leading Johansson at the front of the field. Is it just a single car mistake over the curbing and lost the rear end? A huge kiss on the barrier, and once again at the end barrier, de Jong got past Titmer. You can see de Jong to the left hand side, just speed on the exit, will take the inside line as well. They ran side by side, the accident happening ahead, and at that point de Jong is already through and past. A black car in the middle of our screen. It's green, and is it just another slow launch for Ahmed? It is. It's just another slow launch for Hayden Ahmed. And through the hairpin, is Ahmed going to break the move this time? Paisley Knight moves to the right hand side. Ahmed's going to get the speed and go through. That was definitely some team orders in play there, and through goes Hayden. As the outside will give the speed on the exit at wider line. Switches across to the right. That is going to be now Theros on the left-hand side of the circuit. Will be the inside line. Ahmed going to try and carry the speed on the outside. They remain side by side. Nick Theros holds on to 7th place. Hayden Ahmed tucks in behind for head. They're close together as well. Neil goes to the right-hand side. Mild goes to the left. It will be the outside line. The harder line to make this move is side by side behind as well. As just Mild can't keep the nose in there. Ahmed though is going to keep the nose in there, but it will be the inside line for Theros. There's contact. Theros holds position. Ahmed down, but here comes Pacey Knight. Theros definitely moved significantly more to the left than he should have there, but Paisley Knight is going to come back and avenge his teammate here up the inside to take 7th position off of Nico Theros, and through he goes. Battle for 5th once more, and Jan Miles to the inside of Matt Neal. That line's not going to work out. Theros now once again under attack by Ahmed. Ahmed gets through, and with a bit of a nudge as well. Ahmed just saying, you can do it, well I can do it too. A bit of a wobble there, going defensive. Here comes Theros on the outside line of Hayden Ahmed. Hayden Ahmed holds that position in 8th position. Change up on the podium. De Jong and is onto the grass and straight off the circuit. Luckily for Titman, it's only 1 position, but it is off of the podium. We're going to make it easy this time. It's 5 seconds to the car up ahead, so I doubt it. I think Pacey Knight is going to fight Ahmed this time. No, he's not. He allows Ahmed through and up into 7th position. At Oulton Park, David Johansson wins race number 2, round number 2. And we are green and we are away here, and that is an even worse launch than normal on the outside, and that was Paisley Knight. Another driver getting swallowed up into turn number 1 there. There's contact, and that was Pete Paver getting swallowed into turn 1. Contact on the inside from, there's more contact from Johansson. There was initial contact. De Jong spins Paisley Knight. Will Paisley Knight keep out of the barrier? No. There was a little bit of lock-up through the hairpins. The mistake certainly did happen, but not enough to take advantage of. This is Paul Titmer in the 161 machine, trying to get past Jan Mild on the outside in the 24, up towards the breaking point. Titmer's up the inside here, but he's going to have to really push for it. Gets up the inside of Neil as well. There's contact. Neil's off the circuit. And the gaggle of cars behind goes through. But Matt Neil caught up in that one with a dive attempt from who was it from again? I lost it already. A huge hit into the wall. Onto the brakes, and you can just see there a big dive up the inside from Paul Titmer. A little bit of a touch. Matt Neil off the circuit. And a nudge behind. Who was that nudged him? The driver that nudged there as Ahmed and Titmer get past Diros. Diros falling down the order here. And Ahmed here chased down Jan Mild off the circuit in the background. That was Pete Paver. That's what's crazy here. Here comes Ahmed to the inside of Jan Mild. They run side by side. Ahmed takes that position and Mild just tucks behind. Gonna have to deal with it for now off the circuit. Just momentarily was Matt Neil, but he holds it together. On there, De Jong is gonna now be under attack from Matt Neil. Matt Neil gets to the inside for 8th place will turn. Just enough to avoid contact with Diros, but it is gonna be a slow exit. And De Jong will return to 8th place and hold that position for now. Has had a bit of... Oh, that's a car off! That is Gregory Speakman! Down and around, and that has caused Paul Titmer an opportunity to get past Mild, and here comes Johansson as well to get past Mild up the inside, and makes that move. What happened? Second position in the race, full advantage on the reverse grid, just a touch on the grass, unfortunately. Gets off the circuit, slams on the brakes off the circuit as well. Cars fighting it out now for 6th position. Ronald De Jong holds on to 6th. It's side by side with Neil and Diros. Neil on the left-hand side of the circuit. Diros on the right, touching the grass there. Diros tries to come across. Neil is very much there, and Neil is going to take that position. Diros, though, now down the position, swings back across, trying to force Neil into a mistake. Can't quite do it. And they have got Hayden Ahmed just up in front, and Ahmed is running super slow there. Potential slowdown for Ahmed, and he's had to plant it right where he didn't want to. Here comes Titmer on the outside now. The inside line that Ahmed's got is the line that you want to be on here. They're side by side. This is the battle for second. Hayden Ahmed holds on to it ahead of Titmer. Johansson following behind right now. He won the first race. He retired from race number 2, but it will be a victory in race number 3 here for round number 3.